What up? What up? We are here. Guys, we are here. Today's topic is a big one because it hits home. I had to represent hip hop
Shut
NYC,
up,
the whole hip
NYC.
hop game, you know what I'm saying? Cuz we got a real topic today. And
What other
I
topics
almost
are
forgot.
there?
It's your boy in all black and also dark skin, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Darker the
When will
berry,
you
the sweeter the
stop
juice.
inter?
Hey, I'm doing my intro. But uh, but anyway, yeah, darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Rap and hip hop, everything. And then I got my white best friend to the right side of me, Thomas. Go ahead and introduce yourself, boy.
Yeah, I'm Thomas. But listen, a little bit wrong. We're gonna tackle two big issues this today, and so look, it's another day, it's another dollar, it's another blessed moment to call this rock of Earth home. Um, but the first issue we're going to tackle is Iran. Um, Big thing kind of went on. We as America decided to go and spank them a little bit. And what we want to discuss is whether or not this conflict is America first. And one thing that the few things that I've come to my mind on it is um, as we discuss this, I want you to think about the regime we are toppling. Number one, they are, or I guess were, a well documented terror state. They were the number one sponsor of terrorism in the whole world. They pushed an evil ideology of subjugation, subservient rule, and extreme punishment of those that did not abide by their laws. And they did that really around the world through their proxies. If you didn't wear your hijab right, you could be killed or at least beaten. Young men not towing the party line, they were hung from cranes in the streets in Tehran. Homosexuals, they were thrown off of buildings. Um, is it America first to destroy a regime that pushes these ideologies that lead to this type of mindset running into our streets, into our homes, and into minds of our kids? And then secondly, yeah, like Jacoby said, Black History Month, Black History. Is it good for America to have a month designated to just one population of this nation? Does it accomplish what it is set out to accomplish? If it is good to have, could we make it better? So, that being said, let's jump into this. Jacoby, I'm going to give you the ball first.
Well, look here, man. We got on this segment, we got a special guest because once again I couldn't get no black people on the show calling out my black folk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, could get no black folks on the show. But I got my boy Cole Johnson over here.
Oh boy.
And look, here's the thing. This is what I feel about black history. Because we're going to go ahead and jump into it. Black history is something that was definitely taught in school. And for black folks, we was pushed to believe that white folks was like the devil. Um, and it's crazy to be in high school, learn about black history, and then we'll say, oh, that is history. Life is not like that anymore. But then currently, it's like we living in the same black history. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, I think this is a time where most most of the history that we know as society for black people has been corrupted. And the only reason why it's been corrupted is in order to cause this divide that we're experiencing today in America. And it starts with Dr. Martin Luther King. Dr. Martin Luther King was the start of this this victimhood because there's plenty of history, real history, real facts that even in the time Rosa Parks was uh, boycotting on the bus, like we had our own black bus stations. Like we legit had our own black bus stations. There was nothing. Matter of fact, even in the rules, as far as like getting on the bus, like you only got pushed back as a black person if it was more if they needed room, if they needed more room for white people to get on the bus. So it wasn't like black people are always pushed or having to sit on the back of the bus. And then also black people had an option to sit on a black bus to still get to their destination. And so what Dr. Martin Luther King did was give people a torch in order to claim victimhood and march with this torch. Um, where Dr. Martin Luther King, not, I don't really care about his lifestyle choices because I know a lot of people bring that up, and then a lot of people defend it and say he's human. But um, just to skip all of that, Dr. Martin Luther King didn't care about black people. Like what he cared about was to be able to literally create this communist society and basically have welfare, the government giving support to everybody in need, right? Which sounds great. It sounds good, but the reality of it, it creates people who are victims, people who are entitled. It doesn't create people who work for things. It doesn't create people who dream or inspire. Like we had so many black inventors in the history books, but not many black inventors today. I wonder what happened. It's because we've believed in a narrative that wasn't true. There's a whole group of black people that, once again, I've said this multiple times on the podcast, is Thomas Sowell. Like, he's almost 96 years old. He's lived a long time. He's lived through all of this stuff that we've talked about. And he did not, like, he experienced the whole, like, lower class, like, building his way up. And he was in the hood, all that type of stuff. But he also said that he used to be able to sleep on the balcony. Like, even though he was poor, he was able to sleep on the balcony without feeling like his life was in danger. He was like, now, if you go back to New York, if you sleep on the balcony, your life might be gone by morning. And so it's a difference in thought process. So I know y'all white, and I know the people gonna be like, why he got white people? And if you're just joining us, the reason why I just have white people is, number one, both of them are my best friends. But the one down below me is my best friend that we fell out over politics over. And I think hearing from white people, because black people won't get on the podcast, but yeah, hearing from white people can still be effective. So all that to say, I want to hear from Cole first. I know Thomas probably has a lot to say, but just give me your experience on you as a white guy going through life. Obviously, you had multiple black friends. Not many, but we all.
I mean, it's a friend is it's hard to say friend, but I've worked with a
Yeah.
ton, you know, and I've gotten to know a bunch and got their life stories. I like hearing people's life stories in general. So if I spend enough time with them, I like to ask, and I know a lot about, you know, a lot of black people, a lot of white people too, and a lot of they're not really much of any other race actually. It's just the black and white people who have been around most. But
Wait,
Welcome to
let
the
me
South.
ask this
yeah, I'll
though.
be for real.
So you growing up like around like your dad, your mom, your family or whatever, right? So you growing up, um, was race even like a thing? Like was it this um this
Well,
big difference?
it wasn't a big. I definitely saw a lot of it. I was exposed to a lot of good and bad, I guess. I think we all have a couple of like maybe older family members and just people that you see the wrong side of it, and then maybe you have people in your life they see the good side of race, in the sense that my dad and my brother and my mom never, and my sister too, never made race a thing. I grew up around a man named Leighton, and he has been with my dad since pretty much the beginning, doing the sound production that my dad retired from, but that Leighton still does. And he felt kind of like a family member, and I obviously knew he wasn't, but he felt like a family member to me. And so I never thought of it as a big deal. I remember, though, at an early age, when I started to realize that Black History got a whole month thing, like when I fully understood that concept, I remember early on thinking, so is there a month for white people? Is there a month for Asians? Is there a month for Mexican people? Like I remember thinking, who all gets months? Do we get a week? What is it that, and I remember being very confused by that. And then I remember asking, I can't remember who I asked. I just remember, I think it was at church. And someone telling me, well, their history, because of slavery and everything else, they get a whole month. And that was legitimately how they said it. And I remember that vividly, and I was like, oh, okay, so they deserve it because of slavery. They said, well, yeah. I said,
Indians
okay.
don't have a whole month.
It's like there's so much, and not that. I mean, I don't want to ever downplay how wrong American slavery was, and how slavery for the maybe 100 so years it was in the West, in the Great Britain and North America, it was a big reason why it was such a blast on scale thing is because it was in the West and it was very popular at the time. Even though slavery has been around for literally since the dawn of time, slavery is like one of the number one trades in the world, but it was done so poorly here in the West and here,
Well, here's
here
the
in America
thing.
and in England. Go ahead.
Look, I think the biggest thing is there go Thomas with them typity types.
Dude, I can't type. Like, what do you want me to do?
Look
It
though,
doesn't bother me.
that's the thing. We have to define slavery versus indentured servants because
Sure.
those are two distinct things, and people put those things together. And if you
You're right.
put those together, then they all look the same. We
Yeah.
all were indentured servants in the beginning. There was a
You're
black
exactly
man
right.
by the Anthony Johnson that got it enforced to have lifelong slavery
Yeah,
because he was
for it to
pissed
be a
off.
property thing. Yeah,
Yeah, for a property
to be
thing.
treated.
Yeah,
But there
and
was
then,
can we
also,
say it again? He was a black man that did
yeah,
it.
yeah, it was
yeah,
a black
people
man that
don't
did it.
think of that, and
But wait, wait,
but
wait.
not to
It
say that.
also
Go ahead.
was it was lifelong slavery in other places too,
Oh
but
yeah,
it wasn't enforced in the West yet.
yeah, but it's a thing of, and I know that, and there's a lot of. I don't. I think I don't know what it has the origination of it, and maybe you're right, Jacoby. Maybe it was MLK that it's the black community is hyper focused on that singular thing, right? And they feel that everything that's hard in their lives now stems all the way back to slavery. That's where it started, and that still affects them today. Why are they downtrodden in the hood? It's because we were slaves. It's like there is nothing stopping you from getting out of your situation, is how I feel about that. And I think that Black History Month, my ultimate opinion on that is, I don't think it should exist. If you're asking me like how I feel about it, I don't think it should exist. I don't think it should be a whole month dedicated to it. If you want a day,
Why?
if say it again.
Why?
Why do I think it shouldn't exist? I think it shouldn't exist because it keeps everyone hyper fixated on race and on a divide that it would like. I love what Morgan Freeman said on it was years and years ago. I think he said it to Don Lemon. He said, I'll stop calling you a white man if you stop calling me a black man. Now, and that statement is a little far-fetched because it's silly, because if I called Jacoby brother, some black people would be like, hey, you're white, I don't think you get to say that. And I would be like, okay, that's fine, I get that. Like it wouldn't bother me, because for me, I think every person should be a duck and let water roll off their back, and don't take anything unless they're calling you out personally. You personally, or your family personally, or maybe your friend, or your God, or if they're calling out Christianity, then maybe you can get offended. Maybe you can defend yourself. But if they're generalizing, if you're getting offense because if someone, I don't get offended, let's say this, I don't get offended when someone says, hey, you're balding, because that's the truth of the matter. That's what it is. I can't change it. I have to laugh with it. There's nothing I can do about it. But it's not someone calling me baldy every single day. Then I'd get offended. But what I'm getting at is people need to.
It's not your personality.
It's not my personality. You're right. But the how easily people get offended now is insane, and how they get hyper focused on things. It draws them. It keeps them down. It's the woe is me mentality, and I think celebrating Black History Month is not helpful to the Black community, and ultimately, I don't care about it. I don't worry about it. I don't go about my day thinking, I really wish I had my White History Month. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. But I wish the Black community felt the same way. I wish they were like, I don't need this month. Like, I'm just trying to live my day, work hard, and feed my family. I wish that's what 99% of people were worried about. It's not about, hey, where is my History Month? No, it's how can I do better throughout my day? How can I vote for people that help me succeed in life, and not worry about, well, did we talk about Martin Luther King today? Did I tell my kids about that? Or like, I think about like how I'm raising my kids. I don't tell them hardly about, and maybe I should, maybe when they get older, if they ask me questions, but I don't talk about serious history to them at all yet. And I saw the other day on some CNN panel, and talking about you should be ashamed that kids are looking up to Trump and the things he says. And I thought it, and then I can't remember his name. He said it. He said, my kids don't look up to Trump. I'm not showing them clips of Trump every day. Like, why are you focused on things that don't mean anything to you and that don't affect you? Your kids,
here's daddy's Trump hour.
Yeah, what are we talking about? And it should be the same I feel like no matter what your race, you should feel the same way. You should feel like that, I don't know how, and I don't know this much, Jacoby. Maybe you can fill me in on this. I don't know how black kids are raised in that. If they're raised up going, hey, it's Black History Month, we gotta, let me tell you about a dream Martin Luther King had one day. Like, I don't know what they do, but it almost seems that way at some point in time in black community and in the youth, in their youth, they're taught like, hey, this is your month, be proud of it, learn about the black people in your history, get and be proud of it, and fight for it, and make sure that you stand up for it all the time. And I'm kind of surprised by that. But I also, growing up, I mean, I don't know what it was like for you, Thomas, or maybe even you, Jacoby, seeing it. And people joked about it, but sometimes people weren't joking when they would say the South would rise again and stuff like that, like being proud of your Southern heritage and the Civil War stuff, like how many battles the South won before we lost ultimately to the North, and how we were supposed to be like proud of that. And I remember thinking, why should I be proud of that? That means nothing to me today, and that why are we fixated on something that we can't change, that means nothing to us today? It doesn't. Why should I sit there and be proud and want to put a flag on my vehicle, the rebel flag and stuff? I'm like, oh, it's heritage. I'm like, heritage to what? We're now Americans. Like, I live in the United States of America, and we have a flag. And I don't know what the hyperfixation on that was. So, I mean, I'm curious, Jacoby. Is that how it is for black people growing up in America when they're young? Is it like it's Black History Month and we got to be ready for it, be proud of it, and celebrate it?
Yeah, basically. I mean, dude,
Yeah.
when Obama became president, I drew in art class Dr. Martin Luther King and then Obama in cartoon form, and I submitted it to a artist contest, and
Yeah.
I was proud of it. I was like, man, black people are rising up. They used to put on like MLK cartoons and stuff like that, in history class, and I was just watch it, and it would be like white people hitting on black people and like spitting on them and stuff like that, and then like black people rising up, and it was just like, man, we overcoming a lot, and like once again, as a kid, I'm like, damn, we came from a lot. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this is past tense, right? and
Yeah.
and then growing up, as I kept getting told about Black history, and stuff started to happen that I noticed politically and stuff like that, and it was like, oh, well, wait, are still saying like we oppressed and like we still can't do stuff. Like, I was just surprised. I was like, oh, I thought this was in the past. So you mean this is still current? And so
Yeah.
I lived my life believing that it was still current. Everything was still current. Um, and until I realized that, you know, I was just making a lot of dumb decisions, and I was seeing other black people make better decisions, um, whether that was financially or just family wise. Um,
Yeah.
that were like, I mean, my uncle, like he makes he made a lot of good decisions, um, and especially financially, and it's just like my uncle was from the hood. He was from Pritchard, and like literally like raised in the hood or whatever, and
Yeah.
um, don't even at hood. He's a Christian man, go to church. He's a deacon. Um, so it's just other examples that I'm like, what oppression or what is this weight of Black history, stuff that happened in the past that is continuing to hold us back? Um,
Yeah.
and the real truth is, I believe a cult was created. Um, they created a black cult or cult using black people, and uh, it's hard to if you like. For me, I don't give a crap how you feel about me, to be honest, because I was like that in the hood, and I'm like that now. Like, I don't care. Um, like I'm not some malicious guy, but I'm also just I like to have fun or whatever. If that's not your thing, then that's cool. Um, but for people in the black community that has been a part of the black community, like the hood and like every cultural aspect of the black community, it's hard for them to distance themselves because then they'll be seen as a lame, or they'll be looked at as weird. Oh, you're you sold your soul to white people, or whatever the case may be. And for me,
Sold
I don't
out.
give a
Yeah.
crap what you're talking about. I ain't sold my soul to nobody, because nobody controls Jacoby, uh, other than God, because God controls everything. And yeah, like I just don't have any feelings towards a community or any ties to anybody. If you're truthful and you're honest, you're loyal, just the way I am, then that's it. I mean, there's
But
nothing
but
more,
you would
nothing
say
less.
that it was a was it mostly school that you felt like the I don't know. I mean, it sounds because I remember growing up seeing at school, seeing like videos of white people were really bad and black people were
Hmm.
impoverished, and and but ultimately, I remember at the end of every of one of those videos or lessons was today we have pushed past all those, and there's equal laws, equal standing, and anybody can. The American dream is anybody can make it happen. Anybody can pull themselves up, work hard, and make a life for themselves. But like you said, it's like a cult almost mentality of no, we can't. We're not there, and everyone's bringing us down. And it does feel brainwashy, man. And I hate that it's prevalent still today. That the sort of
But it's just not the
propaganda
black
is there.
community though. It's the white community that's brainwashed too.
It's
And
yeah,
it's
like I said
yeah,
last time I was here. It's that poor mentality, right? Yeah.
yeah. But not just
Yeah, but
in
see,
that way.
we're brainwashed to be afraid to speak truth,
Yes.
especially post 2020.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
pre
After the
2020,
Black Lives Matter.
you could really speak however you wanted to. Pre Obama, I feel like in the 90s. I mean, it's hard for me to say because I grew up in the 90s, or born in the 90s, I should say. But like, I never saw race, ever saw race growing up. Like, you saw that somebody had a different skin color, and you were like, oh, they have a different skin color. But like, I didn't know that there was a Black History Month until probably high school. Like,
Oh yeah,
there
I
was
had to be
no,
like 13. Yeah.
Hmm.
yeah, like
Yeah.
there was no need for it because you just had a mutual respect. If there was a freaking human in front of you, you respected him because it was a human being. Like, it
All I
didn't
remember
matter.
thinking was at a young age is like, I wish I was as good as basketball as the black people that I play with. I just remember thinking that's
I
all
was
I
so
thought,
mad.
and
Yeah.
it was a very innocent thing. I was just like, he legitimately jumps higher than me, and I don't know why. Like that was funny.
They're faster
Athletic.
than me. Why are they so fast?
Yeah,
Golly.
that was,
Um,
and so much better.
Yeah.
yeah,
Anyway.
I mean,
You know
I
what
was
I'm
talking to
saying?
somebody
Hey,
today.
shout out to
No, Jacoby, you are slow as molasses and you can't jump worth a flip.
what?
And so,
Let's go to the gym,
dude,
Thomas.
we
We
don't have to go
go.
to a gym. Just meet me in a street. Like, I will beat you running
Just
backwards.
back your
Um,
cameras up in the gym.
Thomas is sleeping. Oh my gosh. Go ahead, Thomas.
but no, like, I was talking to somebody today. Y'all remember the Christian song "Red, Yellow, Black, and White"? They are all precious in His sight.
No,
Jesus loves
Mhm.
all the little children of the world.
no,
So,
that's
like,
white church.
Oh, is that white church song? Okay.
How does this? How
But
does it
yeah,
go with
like
black
that.
church? Blacks first.
But like I remember singing that song, and like I didn't ever sit there and go like, oh, well, why are they red, yellow, black, and white? Like I just remember saying like there are more red looking people, there are more white looking people, there are more black looking people, like whatever, and like we're just all people that just look different. Like I've always said, you rip our skin off, we look the same. Like
Pink.
there's nothing special about me having more tan skin. Like there's
Or
nothing
red.
special about our red skin or black. Like there's nothing special about it. Nothing. Like it's
Yeah.
just freaking. You have no control. Like why? And it's not just black people. Like why does this world put such a premium on something that we have no control over? None.
Yeah.
Well,
Zero
I mean,
control.
we can't say we don't have control because Michael Jackson definitely showed us that we do have control.
Look, that man
Unless you have a
drank
stupid amount of
bleach.
money. Yeah,
That man
and
drank bleach.
I'm just saying,
He
like,
was- he was troubled.
he did it. He did it, and he got a white
He was
daughter.
so good.
He changed his whole
He was
genome.
so skilled.
Yeah.
He
Oh my
just
gosh.
became albino because when you see albino people, you can tell that they have black features. You know, they're just pale as all get out.
What's the black features?
Bigger features.
No,
Bigger features. I have small nose, small
called him
face.
out. Got him.
So just saying.
You closet racist, Cole.
Just saying.
On that note, Cole, you brought up an interesting point a little while ago. You talked about slavery. And what a lot of people don't recognize is that there are more people in slavery in the world currently today than have ever been recorded throughout all of history.
Yeah.
In 2021, there was around 50 million people living in forced labor or forced marriage. This represents a significant increase from previous estimates, with 10 million more people enslaved in 2021 compared to 2016. And so,
Do you know
like,
what race is pushing that the most?
I think it's
not race. What religion, I should say. Religion is better.
yeah. I would go as far as to say Islam is probably the number one
The
offender.
numero uno. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A number one offender of that one, and it doesn't matter where it is. It could be in Africa. It could be that it's either in Africa or it's in the Asian continent.
It stems from the Quran and the Hadiths because they encourage it. It's a part of the journey. Having a slave is like an accomplishment for them. It's enslaving women and children, and it's anyway. Don't get me started on that. It's sad.
Well, we're going to get started on it here in a little bit, but another thing is to talk about. Let's to kind of look at the history of the Black History Month. Okay, so this was kind of interesting. So the origin of Black History Month actually came in 1926 by a historian called Carter G. Woodson and the Association for the Study of African American Life and History. And it was actually called Negro History Week was the first thing. It was a week. And it became a month in 1976 during the U.S. bicentennial under Gerald Ford, officially recognized Black History Month and encouraged Americans to honor the achievements of Black Americans. And the purpose of it was, and I want to get y'all's opinion here because I want to know if y'all see it this way. The original goal was to highlight the contributions of African Americans that were often ignored or underrepresented in history textbooks. It was supposed to focus on achievements in civil rights, science, politics, arts, military service, and culture. Do y'all think, like in modern Black History Month, is that what's being pushed in society?
Hell no. And here's why. Um,
Tell me how you feel.
Yeah,
yeah,
for real.
because I mean, it's it's literally what's being pushed is that you guys are the enemy. It's like how do you teach? You're literally teaching kids that hey guys, we live with the enemy. The enemy that enslaved us, that set us free. We actually still live with them. We're free, but we still live. We want to stay here, and it's like
Yeah.
that's so confusing. Like that's brainwashing in itself. It's like as an adult, I'm like, nah. If they trying to do something like that, I'm gone. I don't know where I'm gonna go, but I'm trying to find somewhere.
Have you seen the videos of black women moving to Africa thinking it's going to be good for them?
Oh, bro, it's
Dude,
stupid.
they're like weeping in their tiny little apartment, and they're just like that. They can't eat, and they can't get like and they're like trying to get back to America. I'm like, yeah, that's anyway.
American black people are spoiled. Dude,
Just
I
all Americans are spoiled in general. I mean, yeah,
well, I'm saying you
but yeah, I see
have
what you're getting at. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, because you even have rich American black people who literally are like, I'm oppressed. I can't get certain things because of this, and it's like maybe you didn't get it because you didn't have the right mentality, or maybe your attitude is just not pleasing for a business partnership. Like, you get
yeah.
what I'm saying? Maybe it's some other
No.
things, and not just because you black. Like, there's so many other millionaire black people who don't really talk and promote themselves that are legit guys and women who are just professional, and they
Yeah.
don't complain about anything. They're just working.
And I bet you they aren't worried about Black History Month. I bet you. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I don't understand. Because here's the thing: a lot of black people love Asian culture, especially with anime, and not one of us in the hood was like, "Dang, I feel sorry for what happened to the Asians in history."
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and we had Asian people in the hood that was like acting hood and all that type of stuff. And then we had some Asian people in the hood that were super smart, level headed, focused, didn't care what was going on. They were like, "Hey, I got this plan." And
Yeah.
and the craziest thing is we never talked about the history about Asians. We never talked about the dude that, got hurt who was Asian and who was being hood. And we also never talked about the dude who ended up like becoming very successful um, in his line of work because he was focused and determined. It's like you have two different outcomes, and it's based off of the decision that you made.
Yeah.
Me, I could have like I was in a shootout one time, not me shooting, but been shot
You
at.
had your head dug down crying in the corner.
No, I wasn't crying, but I was young. I was young, and I didn't realize that my life can literally be taken, right? And so dude, Cole, you black, bro. Is
What are
that
you talking
your
about?
is that your smoke
No,
alarm?
no. That's
That's
my
your
AC.
smoke.
It's my AC. No, no,
Nah,
no. I put
that's
batteries in
your
my
smoke
smoke alarm. No,
detector.
no, no.
That's your
No. It
smoke
is my
alarm.
AC. It is my AC unit, and I'm turning it on and off. Yeah, because I'm cold and hot. Anyway, that's funny though.
Lies.
No.
Anyway,
That sounds like a beeping. The smoke alarm's a chirp. It's like a bird chirp.
nah, don't
Yeah.
try to justify it. But
No.
yeah, in all seriousness, there is it's just a decision. Like there's people that I know to this day I still talk to that is struggling with hood mentality versus a real life mentality, a non brainwash mentality. which is realizing that, yeah, the world does suck. You do have to work hard, but there is a way out through hard work. And that hard work is not just going to your job. Hard work is also going to be studious, reading books, understanding the world, like educating yourself on how others have lived and where you're starting at, like your little starting point, right? And so that's the importance that people need to know is, especially, well, my community, is that we have been literally manipulated so much that it should piss us off. Because it pissed me off. Because it held
I
me
would be
back.
pissed off. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it held us back for so long, believing that we couldn't go anywhere. That's
Yeah.
that's maddening. Like that's oppression.
Mm-hmm.
Oppressing your thoughts, your belief.
Yeah.
And that's evil. So
Yeah.
um
So, yeah, so that one, all right, that makes sense. Um, this is the part that pisses me off is if it's supposed to be about those things like civil rights, science, politics, arts, military service, culture. Like I look at culture specifically, and I look at the people that you should model. And so, when I like when my children get older and I want to teach them about like American culture, I'm going to throw people in front of them that accomplished great things, like for American culture. Like obviously founding fathers like Abraham Lincoln. Um, I will teach them about Martin Luther King. Like he did have a dream, and that dream, I don't believe that dream is what, if he was alive today, I don't think what we have today is what he would have been dreaming about.
if
And
you teach
so
your
Hopefully
kids
not.
about Dr.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King, then your kids
I'm
gonna
going to
become
teach them.
communists.
No, they're not. They're going to be educated the correct way about him. But what pisses me off is that, like, do y'all know who the first black senator was? Like U.S.
Uh
senator?
oh, it was Clarence Thompson, right?
No.
Or Clarence Thomas?
That is a current sitting U.S. Supreme Court justice.
Oh.
See, you don't even know I know more freaking black history.
Hey, I
So
don't, dude, most black people don't know black history. They only know the
so
hot topics.
look, here's the
Yeah.
thing. The first black U.S. senator was Hiram Rhodes Revels in 1870.
No,
Wow.
it's no way.
In
That's before civil rights.
1870, in 1870, that was 5 years after the Civil War. And guess where he was a U.S. senator from? Freaking Mississippi. He was
Mississippi.
elected.
I was about to say, I bet you it was in the South. Yeah.
He was elected from the Mississippi state um, Senate to represent for one, like he was finishing a term out for Andrew Jackson, and he only did 1 year in the U.S. Senate. And the reason why he only did 1 year and he didn't want to go and go for re-election is because he was elected by the Mississippi State Legislature to finish the term ending March 3rd, 1871, rather than a full 6-year term. And let's see here, what did he do? Where's it at? Served only 1 year in the U.S. Senate because he was elected to fill the remainder short, unexpected term vacated by Jefferson Davis, yada yada. After his term ended, he chose not to seek re-election, leaving Washington to become the first president of Alcorn Agriculture and Mechanical College in Mississippi. So He was the first U.S. senator, and then he went back 6 years now post the Civil War in Mississippi to become a president of a college in Mississippi. Like, why have never heard of this man until tonight?
Lies, bro.
And guess what?
This is pre-civil rights. It's
No.
you're lying. Man, stop playing, Thomas.
There's
And
no
not
way
only
they
that-
let a man like him do that.
He
And
was
not
a
only
black
that,
man.
Guess what party,
You
guess
saying
what party he was in?
he was a Democrat?
He was a Republican.
Ain't no way, Thomas. You lying?
He was a Republican.
Ain't no
My
way.
brainwashing says it ain't real. It can't be real.
So
It can't
look,
be
not
real.
only that, look, here's the other stuff that pisses me off, and I was trying to find it because there's a guy. Every now and then, like every 6 months, my algorithm will show me this dude again. But I think it was the Civil War, not Civil War. It was the Revolutionary War, and this dude lived like 6 lifetimes in the Revolutionary War. He accomplished so many amazing things. I'm like, please make a movie about this dude, but I couldn't remember his name. But I did find a few individuals that these are the people when you're teaching about culture and you're teaching about people that have accomplished things. And if you want to focus on a certain, race of people that accomplish things. So there's a few individuals like one, Salem Poor. Okay. Hey, this was dear. You know that name? So he was huh?
No, I think I remember that name. I can't remember why, but keep going.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he was a formerly enslaved man who purchased his own freedom. Poor is one of the most distinguished black soldiers of the Revolutionary War. After his service at the Battle of Bunker Hill in 1775, 14 of his fellow officers signed a formal petition to the Massachusetts legislature declaring that he had behaved like an experienced officer as well as an excellent soldier. He is often credited by tradition with killing a high-ranking British officer, Lieutenant Colonel James Abercrombie, and he continued to fight in major battles like Saratoga and Monmouth. Never heard of that cat. Then you have Peter Salem, also a hero of the Battle of Bunker Hill. Peter Salem was formerly enslaved man who fought as a Minuteman at Lexington and Concord. He is widely remembered and credited with shooting and killing the British Major John Pitcairn as the British forces scaled the American redoubt. I don't know what that means. He served for 7 years in the Continental Army, one of the longest tenures of any soldier in the war. Let's see here. Where's the other guy? James Armistead Lafayette, as an enslaved man in Virginia who served as an invaluable double agent for the American cause. By infiltrating the British camp, he provided critical intelligence to the Marquis de Lafayette and George Washington that proved essential to the victory at the Siege of Yorktown, which effectively ended the Revolutionary War. He later adopted the surname Lafayette in honor of the general who helped him secure his freedom. These are the people, when you're talking about teaching about a specific culture, these are the people that you need to teach on. These are the types of, and that's literally, where's it at? Shoot. And that is 3 or 4 people, and apparently it was estimated that roughly 5,000 black men served as soldiers or sailors on the American side during the Revolutionary War. And that's one war. That's not talking about any of the other wars that we've been in.
Okay,
and
what
that's just
year
talking
is that?
about wars.
What year?
The Revolutionary War. The Revolutionary War started in 1776, and it went on. I think it ended in 1783 or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you lying because that's pre-civil rights. You mean to tell me black people was getting free?
They were getting free, but not only that, dude, they were accomplishing ridiculous feats. And I want to see those stories.
You mean white people was like, "Hey, bro, you did a good job as a black man. You free, you free to go do whatever you want."
I'm sure
it
it's
was
felt
probably
like
a lot
because
more than that,
today, Yeah, I'm sure it felt like then like it does today when you're in like Marines and different and Navy SEALs. It's all about brotherhood, no matter what race you are. You're my battle buddy. I'm fighting for you, and I got your back. And I'm sure it felt the same way in the Revolutionary War. It didn't really matter the color of your skin. It's us versus it's us people trying to be free in this land against a tyrannical government across the pond that we're sick of. So it didn't really much matter. And when it was all said and done, it was like, you know, we're all free here. We fought for it. We're all free. I think the Patriot did a good job. I think the Patriot is depicting one of the men you're talking about. The Salem man.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it depicts the first one you said. I think it depicts him. It's talking about him.
Never heard of the
I could be wrong. You haven't seen the movie The
Jacoby, you
Patriot?
never watched The Patriot?
Bro,
Dude.
that's
Maybe
a
I
white
have.
thing, though. Probably it's probably a white.
Oh my gosh.
But it had black people in it.
Yeah.
There was one specific black character that they highlighted. I'm looking through the cast right now.
Here's some inventors that I feel like.
Carver was an inventor, wasn't he? George Washington
Yeah,
Carver?
Yeah.
he was in 1864 through like sometime 1943. But Garrett Morgan, he invented the 3-position traffic light. So we post stuff like that to be like, yeah, they're trying to suppress black history. But they go from that angle versus the angle of, hey, wait, when we gonna do something like that again?
Yeah.
Lewis Howard.
It's a thing of there's no reason to not be like that's cool, right?
Yeah.
Like you're saying, there's no reason for it, but to be like, why don't more white people know that? It's like that's not. There's a lot of things I don't know.
Yeah,
you know?
it's like, dude, man, I need to figure out what they were thinking about, what they was looking at to learn that. Like Lewis Howard Latimer developed a long-lasting carbon filament for light bulbs, and basically it was assisted with the patents from Alexander Graham Bell's telephone.
Nice.
And so, a black man working with a white man.
There's just so much, like, just so much. But I think the main thing, like, to wrap up this part here, is my issue with. I have issue with anything where we sit there and decide we're going to single out a group of people. I have issues with it. And the main reason I have issues with it is, like you said, Cole, at the outset, where's Asian History Month?
Yeah.
Like, you can make a very strong argument without the Asians, we wouldn't have had the Transcontinental Railroad, because those jokers are the ones that blasted through the Rocky Mountains and built.
They brought it over from. They're like, hey,
Yeah, like-
have you seen what happens when you light this on fire? Like that was their thing. Yeah.
Like, they're the ones that did that. So where's their month? You know, like where's Mexican History Month? Truly, like, honestly, like I honestly would love a month talking about Mexican food. Like,
just that alone.
just their food. Like,
And that's why your kids gonna become communists, teaching them about MLK.
I would love to see a month of each food types and how America has changed. Like, Mexican food in America is different than Mexican food in Mexico and in Spain, and our Chinese food is not like their Chinese food. Like, I want to, like, how do we Americanize all of that? Anyway.
Yeah. So my
FDA.
issue, it's called tokenism. And so I don't know if y'all are aware of that word, but
Thomas, I'm definitely aware of that word.
okay, good.
Did someone call you that?
Token.
The token black friend.
The token black friend.
I love it.
But
Have
this
y'all
is-
seen Not Another Teenage Movie? The
No.
black guy's name in the movie, his name is Token. That is his
Oh my
character's
gosh, that
name.
is
It's
so
terrible.
bad.
It's terrible. Anyway.
It's so terrible. So when I was studying for this episode, I was like, what is the word? What is the word where you like create something and there's a bad context to it? And it's tokenism. All right. So tokenism is the practice of making a symbolic or superficial event to include members of underrepresented groups in order to appear diverse or inclusive without making meaningful structural changes. That to me, like, is what Black History Month was.
Can you use that in a sentence, please?
Tokenism?
Tokenism?
Yeah.
He just did, kind of. He gave the definition.
Yeah, I just did. Like, tokenism to me is where you sit there and you go, oh man, my kid's birthday's tomorrow and I haven't done anything for him. Like, dadgummit. No, but this is better. Dang, my nephew's birthday is tomorrow. I haven't done anything for him. I don't really care. I don't really want to go, but I kind of like, dadgummit, I gotta go. I gotta get him a present. And you just buy like your nephew this ridiculous gift so that your nephew feels like you care.
But you don't.
But you don't really care. Like, you mean you love your nephew? It's your brother's, kid, but like, you couldn't care less. You would rather go to the bar.
That's how I see the Democrat Party sees the Black community.
I was about to ask if that's how y'all feel about me. I've been to token.
No, that's tokenism to me, and that is how I have always seen like Black History Month from the side of Democrats. Mm-hmm. That's how I've always seen it because they will look at it and they will go like, okay, this month is here now. Now let's push Black History. And I'm like, dude, like, Black History is being made all the time. Like, if you're going to talk about it, like, I don't know a single person in my life that sits there and goes, all right, I'm going to talk about specific white people, or I'm going to talk about specific Black people, or I'm going to talk about specific Mexicans, or I'm going to talk about specific Asians, or I'm going to talk about specific insert whatever race. I don't know a single person that does that. Yeah. But what I do know, I know the people that do that, and they're racist. Like, truly, they care about the race, and you can hear it in their tone of their voice. You can hear it in the words that they say, and you're just like, dude, you're a little off, man. Like, yeah, I don't want to call you racist, but you're kind of coming across actually as a racist right now, because you're like so overtly worried about this thing at this moment when like we could have been talking about like the I can't remember the name anymore, but that the Black guy that helped at Bunker Hill. We could have been talking about him yesterday, but you only want to talk about him in the month of February. Yeah. No, like, it's just it's fake. It's fake applause is what it is, and I just it's one of those things. Go ahead.
Here's another take on this whole Black History thing. It's also very profitable, especially when you can cultivate a community and almost symbiotically form their brains into one amoeba. It sounds like a Marvel cinematic movie.
A hive mind.
Hive mind. Yeah. Like, I mean, people have been pledging $50 billion to support racial equity and justice.
Think how much money the Black Lives Matter people made, and they literally spent it on mansions.
Yeah. So it's utilized is to get people, Black people, victimized, and then also get them spending money. It's crazy because I was the poorest out of the hood people, and I wasn't getting J's or anything. Like, I ain't had no stepdaddy or no dad who wasn't at home, lived with somebody else or whatever that was sending money or whatever, and buying you J's or buying you this or whatever the case may be. It was just being my mom. And so literally I was made fun of because I was the poorest of the poor. It's like, man, you don't got no J's, you wearing them Shaqs or you wearing Jabos or whatever the case may be. Different types of slangs. But that is something that literally has gotten black people in the mind frame of spending money in order to feel like you're saying F you to the white man and that you're making it. But as you're making it, you're still saying that you're a victim. That is crazy. You
Yeah.
gotta bust out of that mind frame, out of that framework. Because once
It
you
feels like
talk it
the
out,
logic
it
isn't
doesn't make
even there.
sense. It's not.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's brainwashing. Like
Yeah.
when it like if you could put it out and you're like, wait, that makes sense. I would you might be on the spectrum, but
Oh my gosh.
not the good one though. It's like the spectrum that you know. It was like the special class that you went to. Like I went to a special ed class, but it wasn't like special ed kids. It was like you just
Well, people
troublemaker.
like me can't can't read good. No, I'm kidding.
I can't read. I can't write. I can't
I'm s-
talk.
I
Can't think.
I struggled in school, man, so hard.
people like Forrest Gump. Like that's
Nobody
what I'm
cares,
talking
Cole.
about. Like that's special.
That's true. Nobody does.
Or people from Love on the Spectrum. I don't know. You get what I'm saying? You know
Sure.
what I'm saying? uh, so this is my final message for my folk is literally just talk it out. Genuinely talk it out. Go research history. I'm not. We're not gonna hold your hand. I'm not gonna put links in the description to show you all this whole list, this PDF or whatever, and then be like, "Hey, sign up for our email list." I ain't doing that.
We
Thomas
don't
might
even
do
have
that.
an email list.
Yeah, we don't even have an email. So literally,
If you care, you'll find out for yourself. I mean, that's true.
yeah. Why live a life where you choose to be a victim? Like it should be freeing to know that everything was a lie. It sucks to know that
Well,
everything
they're
was a
not
lie.
choosing to be a victim. They're not
What,
choosing to
what
be
you
a
talking
victim.
about? How they ain't choosing to be a
Jacoby,
victim?
Jacoby, let's take it back 60 years. All right. Jim Crow
Your
ended in
smoke alarm went off.
1963, 1965. Okay. Up until Jim Crow, there was rough. It was rough times. Like I don't think anybody's gonna say that there was fairness going on in America. Our rules in the books were fair, but there's rules in the books and there's application of rules in the books. And so yeah, like I mean, you had specific black water fountains, like screw
Yeah.
that crap. You had specific black bathrooms, screw that crap. You had specific black laundry mats, screw that crap. Like if you need to do your freaking laundry, you can do your freaking laundry anywhere you want to be able to do it. That was the laws in the books, wasn't applied everywhere. And so you have that, and you have the breakdown of that, and when Jim Crow finished up in the 1960s, and post that, then you have the freaking tool bags that did the Great Leap Forward, I think is what it was. We talked about it a few episodes back, but where they passed some laws that basically incentivized low income, aka black people at the time, to not be married because you would get more federal money. You were
Let me
watching
stop you
something
there.
from
Let me stop you there.
what?
It was not just black people. It was all low income people.
I know
It,
that's what I was saying. But mainly, I think the racists that made that law, they knew for somehow some way that it would overtly disenfranchise and hurt the black community on the long run.
I disagree. I don't think it was a long term plan. I don't think they could. Maybe I'm not giving enough credit, but I don't think it was a long term plan. I think literally it still happens today. Low income white people, low income black people, they all have the same mindset. They're all in the same boat. The biggest thing is what's supported. It's not white victimhood, it's black victimhood. That's why you see it more. If white people had white history day for all the rednecks, they would have the same type of thing. You get what I'm saying? So
Did you know what that history day would look like? It would just look like a bunch of freaking fools going out there riding their four-wheelers and ramming it into stuff. That's
exactly.
what that would look like.
And talk about General Lee and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Idiots.
Yeah.
but that's so nah. Like, and then also to go back on the first thing you said. What was the first thing?
I can't remember. I don't remember anything.
No,
No.
just before that.
Okay. No.
I can't. We're talking about Jim Crow 60 years ago. I was kind of
Yeah,
lost my
Jim
train
Crow.
of thought. That
Look,
was a solid
here's the
thought,
other
though.
part. Move. That's the answer to that. Those people who moved. Wait. Those black people who did not experience a lick of that. A lick.
Bro, it's not that easy, especially back in the day. It was not that easy just to freaking uproot your family.
Hey,
Like,
I get it, but people did it. So if some people did it,
yeah.
that means other people, it might have been harder. It
It
might
was
have
harder
been.
for them to know of a job in another state or city, right? Like to
Well, it's
you
also
couldn't
the
just
thought of, like,
go
Then
online
why
and
did
find a
some
job,
why
you
did
know?
some black people know?
But it was
I
no.
agree.
Well, it was also like it's the devil you knew. Like where you lived, like you knew like that the devil of that place. Like that's where you knew that devil. Like you
Better
didn't
than the
know if
devil
you
you know?
moved from like you moved from Jackson, Mississippi to freaking Wyoming. You don't know the devil out there. You don't know the racism that's out there. You don't know the luxuries that are. You don't know. And there was
Yeah,
no way to find out real easily back in the 1960s.
but black people
I feel
did
like
it.
I wasn't
There
around,
were
but
black people that did
yeah, they
it.
did. I mean, people have done it, yes, but I'm just saying, for the masses, it wasn't the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, I'm not saying that we should have had that huge of a separation, but civil rights had nothing to do with uh, Asian people for real. It was
Oh
definitely,
no, no.
it was definitely. I mean, they assimilated pretty fine. It didn't have anything to do with Latinos. Some of them assimilated pretty fine. It didn't have anything to do with um, Africans from. No, I did. Never mind. But not the white Africans.
The South, the ones from the South.
The South.
Oh my gosh.
Which technically, North Africans, according to Google, means that you're white, and it's not South Africa, which is crazy.
That's
so
confusing.
anyway, that's based off of Google. But
Well, I kind of forgot my point I was making. So my last thought on this
My fault.
is that no, you're good. You made a good point. My last thought on this is that like yeah, I don't want to see any month designated to any specific group of people. What I want to see is I just want to see if it's American history, I want to learn about it. Like I
Yeah.
want it taught. Like if it happened in America or if it benefited America, like I want to learn about that. You don't need a month. And Morgan Freeman actually said it. I don't know if it was the same interview, Cole, that you referenced earlier,
Maybe,
but he was
yeah.
like, he told his interviewers like, don't put me in a box of a month. Like what are you gonna do over the other 11 months? Not talk about black people?
Yeah,
Like,
like
don't-
they don't matter for the other 11. Like
It's so stupid. And like I actually during last month we turned on our TV and like we have a Vizio. Everybody's got a smart TV and They were advertising like Black History Month on the main homepage, and I actually got offended, like for Black people. And
Yeah.
so I turned it on, and they had like it truly felt like if it feels like White History Month and they had all this stuff up there, be like, what do you think I am, like a 12-year-old kid that I need to be told like, oh yeah, pump me up, puff me up? Like, no, they literally
Yeah.
had like a whole like screen
Was it Gavin Newsom?
section. No, it was like on the home page of the Vizio TV, and it literally had like a black. It was it. It said Black Excellence was on the screen, and I'm like, dude, if they had white excellence there, I'd be so furious.
Well,
Like
it's,
I was mad,
it's
I was
no
irritated.
need.
Like what am I, 12? Like y'all aren't 12 years old. Like y'all aren't kids that need to be like puffed up like that. Like it's true. It's degrading is how it came across.
We need motivation. We need all the motivation in the world, bro.
Everybody needs motivation, but
white
daggone,
excellence
dude, you can do
is
it
obviously
appropriately.
the pinnacle. White excellence is the top echelon. It's the top, bro. And so because of that, we need people to know Black excellence is rising up to the occasion. Where?
Rising up.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
It's just annoying. Like when you, and the other thing is that like when you push race so much, then guess what you're not pushing? You're not pushing inclusivity of being an American citizen. Like you're putting way more value on a color of your skin, history of the color of your skin, than you are on, hey, guess what? You live in this country. You are governed by these laws. Your neighbors are your neighbors. Like your town folk are your town folk. Like we all are here, and we are American citizens. Focus on that. And if you focus on that, then the things that divide us become way less important, because what you focus on. It's the old adage: what you focus on grows. And so, if you focus on things,
I was saying, I've always had the mentality that if every man and woman in this country, or in any country, it doesn't really much matter, and in whatever community you're a part of, if they focused on their family and then and got that right, and then expanded slowly from there, every society would get better. But there's so many single people, married people, no matter what, their focus is not inwards in their own community and their own relationship with people around them. It's focused on a macro of problems that they have nothing to do with.
And they can't do anything about it.
And there's nothing they can do about it. But now we have social media, and they can just scream their opinion. They think it helps, and it doesn't. Anyway.
Hey, Cole, don't say that, because that's what we're doing right now. So be quiet.
You're right about that. You're right. That's true. We're talking. We're friends talking, and it happens to be on the interweb. That's all it is.
It's honestly true though, because man, every ideology is supported, whether it's right or wrong, and that's the hard part. Is and that's why people remain in confusion, is because there's truth being said with lies, and lies being said with truth, and it's so hard to decipher. And the only way to decipher it is honestly staying away from it and getting your news through a loud place, like that is constantly shoving news down your throat. One of the ways I discover news is honestly just through music. Like you could kind of learn about what's going on in other people's countries through music, if you like jazz and stuff like that, because it's like musicians that are like in these areas, and so like there'll be a post that's like, this place in Amsterdam is completely ran by ISIS members or whatever like that, and they're tearing up the town, and it's like this specific spot in Amsterdam, and then I'm following this drummer that's playing a gig in Amsterdam, and he's like, "Man, it's cool, it's dope, man. We've been going to this place." You get what I'm saying? Like, you could start
Yeah,
to see the lies.
it feels more real.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm not saying that you have to be like all like trying to track and all this location or whatever you call it. But I do think it's important to not just allow yourself to be told what is going on. You find out what is going on. You figure out through all of this in a
Your
non-biased
own
way.
discernment.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
own discernment. Like, the only thing I can encourage people to do is to be a student of life, a student of where you live, and strive to figure that out. Because as an American, we have a lot of enemies outside our country, and for us to spend most of our time fighting with our siblings, uh, it could be a detriment. It could be a detrimental thing.
Well, and also to add to that, you can't. Everybody needs to swallow a little bit more humility every time they wake up in the morning. Like
Yeah.
people, we're becoming a very, very selfish, I meant to say, and self-centered society. We are becoming a society where we all think that we're special, and we're all told that you're worthy of more than what you are worthy of. Because truth be told, the only thing you're worthy of is what you can accomplish. And that's a beautiful thing in this country, because you can accomplish whatever the frick you want to. It might take you a little bit longer than somebody else or whatnot, but like you don't puff yourself up to the point where, like, if somebody says something to you and it rubs you the wrong way, that you feel like it's your right to tell them off, or it's your right to protect yourself. Did they freaking hit you? No, they just said like, no,
Yeah.
like sticks.
Did they cause you
I don't
harm?
believe. Right, like sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Words do affect. Yes, they do. I'm not ever going to say that there's not an effect from words, but like allow those things, like you said earlier, Cole, like water off a duck's back, like
Yeah.
legitimately, like there's a lion. I absolutely love, and I'm actually really irritated at Russell Crowe that he never made another Robin Hood, but the one of the best things from the Robin Hood movie that he made in 2010 was rise and rise again until lions. Wait, what was it? Rise and rise again
Yes.
until lands become lions,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the adage I feel like people should take on. And then also the mindset is like lions don't concern themselves with the opinions of sheep, and we have a lot of people that walk around thinking they're a lion, but they concern themselves with the opinion of people that they think are sheep, and it makes no sense. It's like, hold on, are you a lion or are you a sheep? Because you're freaking confusing me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a little bit more humility in the world would go a long way. For one, to lower the freaking steam in the room, because I feel like we're still at a boiling point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, guys.
It's 10:30, y'all.
Yeah, it's time to wrap this thing up. Guys, stop being butthurt about words. I'm still in disagreement with Thomas because I think words are crucial to gaining things in life. Reason why I say
I
that,
didn't say that they aren't.
nah, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. People is too sensitive. Man, I was called fat my whole entire life. Fat.
I didn't
And
call you fat.
man, shut up. You,
Maybe I did.
Jacoby, I didn't call you fat. I just put you on
everybody was like,
scales, and the scale called you fat.
everybody was like, "Hey
Skills and
man,
numbers.
you need to lose weight."
You
And
need to lose
so
whatever you need to lose.
Yep. So it's like, man, if I sat there and was crying over all that stuff, then I would have never be able to experience a life of not being fat. And
Mm.
so people need to suck it up. Leave that dude. I saw this video uh, with this French dude. He was saying amiga instead of nigga. He said amiga, and it was French for my friend. And these black dudes got mad and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna slap you in 5 seconds if you don't take it back, if you don't say sorry." And I was like, it didn't even sound like he said my nigga, like amiga,
There's a lack of
amiga.
culture.
Yeah, and so it's like,
It sounds like amigo, which is Spanish for friend as well. So anyway,
exactly. So
Look at you
stop
being
being butthurt.
cultural.
Well,
No.
ain't your sister-in-law Latina?
okay. She's my ex sister-in-law, but yes,
All right.
she's
Yep. It was
Distinguishing.
a good time to wrap up, guys. Appreciate you for joining us tonight. We'll see you guys
Thanks for
next week.
that. No, I'm kidding.
Uh,